Before we dive in, let's be clear. Everything you're about to hear is built on fan theories, internet speculation, and what people think they saw. But that hasn't stopped the drama from exploding online. The whispers, the screenshots, the edits, it's all gotten way out of hand. From one viral moment on stage to a wave of rumors about cheating, breakdowns, and a wife caught in the middle. This isn't just celebrity gossip. It's a full-on meltdown playing out in public. So, while none of this is confirmed and everything should be taken with a grain of salt, the clues? They've got fans convinced something serious is going on, and it might be worse than anyone thought. Let's break it all down, because this is no innocent duet. This might be a cry for help. Okay, let's get into it. Whatever really happened between Justin Bieber and SZA on that stage wasn't the flirty drama fans hyped it up to be. Not even close. It was more like a loud, flashing alarm, not just for us, but for the people in Justin's circle. Things are spiraling fast. At this point, everyone knows Justin randomly showed up in LA during SZA's concert. At first, it looked like one of those surprise celebrity duets. But then you actually watched him, and the vibe? Off. He had the mic, sure, but he wasn't singing. His mouth barely moved, and the lyrics? All wrong. His whole presence felt weird, slow, and disconnected, like he didn't even want to be there. Then came the moment that set social media on fire, when Justin grabbed SZA's hand, kissed it, and gazed at her like he was trapped in a daze. That's when the internet screamed, "He's cheating." But let's be real, that was not a romantic moment. Can we focus for a second? What actually happened was SZA stepping up, not to flirt, but to help a friend. You can literally see her steadying him, grabbing his face gently, holding him still, trying to help him push through the performance without totally falling apart. That kiss on the hand could have meant anything. Maybe he did it for attention. Come on, it's Justin Bieber. His whole personality lately feels like it's built on making headlines. Or maybe, just maybe, that kiss was his quiet way of saying thank you to someone who saw he was struggling but didn't make a scene. Either way, it was way deeper than people made it seem. And yes, Hailey was there. Cameras caught her looking stone cold. No tears, no anger, just frozen. Her face said it all. It wasn't about jealousy. It was that look someone gives when they're watching the person they love fall apart, and they can't do a single thing to stop it. Hailey has been bending over backwards for Justin for years. If anyone knows what it's like to carry that kind of emotional weight, it's definitely her. And let's not pretend this is brand new. Justin has been out in public looking spaced out before. People always make excuses. He's tired. He's overwhelmed. He's just sensitive. But remember when he flipped out on the paparazzi just for filming him while he grabbed a coffee? This behavior keeps repeating. These constant odd public moments have now stacked up to something much bigger, something impossible to ignore. The blank stare, the shaky presence, the way he clung to SZA like she was his last lifeline. That wasn't a PDA moment. That was someone who couldn't even pull it together for one song. Everything Justin did on that stage screamed one thing: help me. So no, this isn't about Justin and SZA sneaking around behind the scenes. This is about a man clearly struggling right in front of our eyes, and the people closest to him either stepping in like SZA did, or standing back, unsure, like Hailey. Instead of throwing out cheating rumors, or dragging Hailey through the mud, or turning this into some fanfiction fantasy, maybe ask the real question: who is helping Justin? Because of this situation, it's gone on way too long. And it's definitely not funny anymore. This is someone's real life. Someone's mental health. Someone's marriage hanging by a thread. While the internet plays matchmaker with the wrong people, the right ones, his wife, his inner circle, his team, need to step up and get him the help he clearly needs before it's too late. More and more people are starting to speak up. And honestly, if we keep treating this like tabloid drama, we're going to miss what's really happening. Now, on the flip side, let's talk about the folks roasting Justin online over that performance. People were ruthless, saying he looked lost, like he was somewhere else entirely, or that there was no connection between him and SZA, or even accusing him of disrespecting Hailey by getting too close. Let's be honest, it's no secret that Justin and Hailey's marriage has layers of tension, but that's not even the issue right now. The real problem? People are completely missing what's actually going on. He didn't seem moody up there. He looked gone, like his mind had checked out completely. Justin's eyes were foggy, his energy off, and honestly, It was uncomfortable to watch. And no, SZA wasn't flirting with him either. At one point, it even looked like she had to gently place her hand on his back, just to keep him grounded, like she was trying to stop him from floating out of the moment completely. But instead of asking why someone who clearly wasn't okay was even on that stage, the internet started turning the whole thing into some fantasy rom-com. People began shipping them like this was the birth of a new couple, and then the wildest claims started spreading, that Justin needs a black wife to love him right and keep him grounded. What? Why does everything suddenly have to be turned into a love story, even when there's clearly no romantic energy? SZA was not trying to seduce anyone. This wasn't a steamy performance. She was literally holding him steady. It's honestly wild how SZA showed up for him in a way that flew right under most people's radar. While some were too busy looking for spark or chemistry, she was busy saving the moment, handling the situation with professionalism and grace. She deserves credit for that. Now look, no one's tossing out wild accusations here. We still don't know exactly what was going on with Justin that night. But if you've ever been around someone struggling with substances, you recognize that kind of energy. It's not mysterious. It's not poetic. It's someone silently trying to keep it together and stay in their body. And here's the part that really stings. Hailey Bieber catches way too much heat. And for what? People act like she's just tagging along for fame. But come on, let's keep it real. If Justin's going through something this heavy, how is she not affected too? Being married to someone who might be spiraling is draining, especially when the whole world is watching and laughing, like it's a punchline. This isn't just about one performance. It's way deeper than that. Justin has opened up in the past about how the industry wrecked his mental health, his peace, his entire sense of self. So it's wild that his fans didn't instantly recognize what was happening on that stage. That short moment felt like a full-on flashback to everything he's ever said about his struggles. And this time, it was happening live. So why are we turning this into a meme? A joke? Why aren't we asking real questions? If someone you grew up watching suddenly looks checked out, drained, and emotionally fried, maybe the question isn't, why is he ignoring his wife, but who's stepping in to help him? Because from the looks of it, SZA was the only one who noticed and tried to help. Meanwhile, Hailey has also opened up recently about how being in the public eye 24/7 has taken a toll, not just on her, but on her marriage too. During her Vogue cover shoot to promote Rhode, her skincare brand launching in Sephora, she got real about what's been happening behind the scenes. After years of being dragged online and accused of obsessing over Selena Gomez, Hailey finally spoke out about how relentless the spotlight has been. She shared how people used to call her a stalker and even called her dad a pimp just for bringing her to Justin's events as a teen. She thought things would calm down after 7 years of marriage, especially now that she's a mom. But no, the trolls are still going strong like it's 2018 all over again. And whenever she tries to speak her truth or correct lies, people dismiss her as dishonest. That kind of public gaslighting feels like a mental cage. She said, "I feel like I have fought so hard to try to get people to understand me, and people just don't want to sometimes. And there's nothing you can do about that. I've been in a position where I've tried to tell my side of a story or correct a narrative or tell the truth of a lie, and then they go, well, she's lying." Can you even imagine how exhausting that is? She even admitted she's been in serious therapy just to stay mentally steady. Postpartum alone is already a major emotional ride, but pair that with being bullied online every single day? That's next-level trauma. And through all of that, Hailey's just out here trying to live her real life, being a mom, a wife, and holding close to the few people who actually love and understand her. She said, "Being postpartum is the most sensitive time I've ever gone through in my life, and learning a new version of myself is very difficult. And imagine going through that while the internet is out there screaming, they're getting divorced, or they're not even happy." She even said, "It's such a mind F asterisk asterisk asterisk, I can't even begin to explain it. It's a crazy life to live. That pressure? Unimaginable." She also shared how a quote from Ariana Grande really stuck with her, the one about not inviting negativity into your life. That changed things for Hailey. She's now setting boundaries, editing her own TikTok, staying away from toxic corners of the internet, and most importantly, protecting her peace. That's a vibe we all should learn from. Now listen, it's not like Hailey's been perfect. She's definitely said and done some things that blew back on her. But this right here? This wasn't just another influencer whining for sympathy. This was raw and real. Hailey's clearly been going through it, but she's standing her ground. And the way she's carrying herself now? That's a different energy altogether. Good for her. You'd think that after finally speaking her truth, people would take a step back and reconsider all the hate, right? Wrong. So wrong. Because even after spilling her heart out, the internet came crawling right back with the same tired takes. From my own experience, people that try to convince you they are in a happy, healthy relationship are trying to convince themselves. She'll never convince me she didn't stalk him when she was younger. And someone else added, she made fun of her stalking like it never happened. But girl, we have proof. The video proof is incriminating. Look, like I said before, it's not like Hailey hasn't fumbled the ball a few times. But both her fans and haters need to realize, some things are just flat out beyond her control, like constantly being blamed for Justin's behavior. One person online even questioned why she was sitting there looking calm, while Justin was clearly falling apart on stage. But seriously, what was she supposed to do? Storm the stage and drag him out mid-performance? Justin's actions are on him. Let's not twist that. And honestly, I get why people question their relationship. Justin's made things difficult for Hailey time and time again. They rarely ever show up as a team, and that disconnect is hard to ignore. There have been moments where he's completely undercut her, in public. And it's that kind of behavior that fuels all the talk about how unhappy they seem. Take the Vogue drama, for example. It felt like Justin was working overtime to prove he couldn't care less about her wins. Almost like he's trying to make it clear to the world that he doesn't respect her. It was a huge moment for Hailey, landing the solo cover of American Vogue, a massive career milestone. But instead of celebrating her like any supportive husband would, Justin chose violence. Not literally, but emotionally. He went full sabotage mode and embarrassed her publicly. When Hailey's fans said, "Who needs enemies when you've got a spouse like this?" It didn't sound like an exaggeration. It sounded accurate. In case you missed it, don't worry, I got you. The post Justin made? Totally unhinged. All he had to do was write something sweet like, "Congrats, babe, I'm proud of you," and move on. That's literally it. But nope. Instead, he cracked open an emotional trauma file no one asked for. And suddenly, all eyes were on Hailey. Again. So here's how it went down. Justin posts Hailey's Vogue cover on Instagram. Sounds supportive, right? Except instead of hyping her up like any normal husband would, he took a detour straight into a past fight where he once told her she'd never make it on Vogue. Yes, you read that right. He actually admitted it. He wrote, "Yo, this reminds me of when Hailey and I got into a huge fight. I told Hales that she would never be on the cover of Vogue." Yikes. Who says that? So cold. But instead of stopping there, he keeps going, and it gets worse. He adds, "For some reason, because I felt disrespected, I thought I gotta be even." Be even with your wife? Over what, Justin? Her breathing near you? Then he tries to wrap it up with some soft apology. "Baby, you already know, but forgive me for saying you wouldn't get a Vogue cover, because I was clearly sadly mistaken." Can we take a second and just unpack that? Sadly mistaken? That sounds less like a compliment and more like, ugh, I wish I'd been right. The internet did not miss that tone. One comment nailed it. "It's giving I didn't think you'd do it, but you did, so, my bad. Congrats, babe." Another one said, "He needs to get a journal." And the realest one, "This is classic, how do I make this special event about me energy." Then came the ultimate dagger. "May this love never find me." Phew. Seriously, why post that in the first place? This was Hailey's moment, her big win. But Justin had to drag up old arguments, center his own ego, and toss in some bargain bin therapy vibes about revenge and power plays in relationships. Nobody wanted his emotional scrapbook. We just wanted him to support his wife. He ended up deleting the original caption after people dragged him and replaced it with some random emojis. But guess what? Too late. Screenshots are forever, and the damage was already done. People called the whole thing bitter, manipulative, and classic emotional sabotage. All it would have taken was a simple "so proud of you," a heart emoji, anything to show basic love. But no. Instead, he reminded the whole world that he once doubted her, and maybe still does. Want to know what makes it worse? Back when Kendall Jenner landed her Vogue cover, Justin posted it with a quick, kind caption. Congrats, Ken. You look beautiful. Simple, direct, supportive. But when it's Hailey, suddenly it's monologues and mental warfare. That's what has everyone so confused. And it's not just this one time, it's a pattern. At this point, it feels like second nature for Justin. Their relationship has more red flags than a FIFA match. From throwing subtle shade in public to moments where Hailey looks completely out of place or uncomfortable, fans have been clocking the weird vibes for years. And this moment? This was the final straw. One person even commented, "This is what you get when you're obsessed with someone who's not into you." Brutal. And honestly, I feel for Hailey. Her face might have been front and center on the Vogue cover, but Justin made sure he was still part of the headline. And in doing that, he reminded everyone exactly why people believe he secretly resents her. And honestly, all of this just proves the point loud and clear. Can we please stop blaming Hailey for every single one of Justin Bieber's mess-ups? Even if she moved heaven and earth just to be with him, fine, she made her choice. She's living with it. But come on, here's the hill I'll stand on every time. Hailey gets dragged into drama way too often over things she clearly has no control over. It's exhausting. So what do you think about all this? Drop your thoughts below. I need to hear it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.